Just because somebody is a good shooter does not mean that they're a good instructor. I'm going to say that again so it soaks in real nice. Because somebody can shoot does not mean that they're a good instructor. Two totally different things. So yes, to be a good instructor, especially with firearms, but with anything, if you're an instructor or a teacher, you should be a master at your craft, or at least be really good at it. All right, first off, to be an instructor, you have to be able to teach. You got to be good at that. And what I mean by it is you've got to be able to understand, how do people learn? How do people retain information? How do we tap into that cognitive part of learning? That's very important. Because anybody can stand up in front of someone else or a group of people and talk. We can all talk. With some of us, it's more BS than others, but we can all talk. So just because somebody can talk to you doesn't mean that they are good at teaching you. If I'm an instructor and I just go off the premise that all I got to do is show them how to do it, let them do it, and they got it, that's not correct. You have to take into account, what exactly am I teaching? First off, with firearms, it's a perishable skill. It's a psychomotor skill. Perishable meaning if you don't do it often, you lose it. Psychomotor meaning it's the connection between the brain and your muscle. Your brain and a movement. That's all shooting is. Say on Facebook, you see somebody on Facebook, they teach courses and stuff like that. Go on their page, visit their page. Look at the types of videos and pictures that they're putting up. You know, look at the reviews, especially. What are their students saying about them? You know, that's huge. When you look at, say you go on YouTube and you find a YouTube video, say you find this video on YouTube. Look at the other videos. Look at the comments on the videos. Look at the responses from the instructor. Any of you that have ever been to a class, ever been in the military, ever been in law enforcement, and have had to take a lot of classes that were performance related, where there was a performance evaluation or some type of psychomotor skill, you know what it's like to be in class and you've learned 1,000, or you were taught or told about 1,000 different things, exposed to 1,000 different things, but you don't remember any of it. To me, you were failed by that instructor. Shooting is fun. You know, you do competition shoots or recreational shooting or going hunting. Yes, shooting can be fun. But for most of us, we come to class to learn how to protect ourselves when our life is on the line. So it makes picking the right instructor extremely important. And it's not because it's a waste of money. Yeah, it's a waste of money if you go to a class and you're like, God, this instructor sucked. Or you go to a class and you're like, dang, it was fun, it was cool, but I don't remember any of it. Again, you've probably been failed by your instructor. So make sure you pick a good instructor. Make sure that you're going to a class where the instructor understands and knows how people learn. Makes sense, right? They're an instructor, AKA a teacher. They should probably know how people learn, especially when it comes to a perishable skill, a psychomotor skill like shooting a handgun or a rifle. Especially for most of us, we're going and attending these classes to learn how to stay alive. I tell people in my classes that 99% of the time, you can get it wrong. You can get in a fight, you can lose that fight, you can get in an argument, you can lose that argument. The worst thing that can happen, maybe you got a bloody nose or a bloody lip. You can get that wrong because you can dust yourself off and you can get up. It's that 1% of the time when your life is on the line, when you realize in your mind that I'm probably about to die. That's what we're training for. We're training for that 1% of the time. And that's the mindset that I feel you should take when you are looking at picking a course, you're picking an instructor, and you're going to go and take a class. Do your due diligence before you go to your next class, even with me.